Hello, welcome to Philadelphia. It's a beautiful spring day here, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about why Pennsylvania is ranked third. Yes, I was surprised too, in the entire country for where most retirees are moving. Well, there's some really good reasons. So if you don't like these reasons, guys, it's not a place for you to move. So let's figure this all out. Let's get right to it. First, let's go over cost of living and home values. Now, the average home sale price here in Pennsylvania is relatively low compared to where I live here in Philadelphia in the burbs. The overall average price of a home here in Pennsylvania per Zillow, as of this recording today, is just over $261,000. That's a 2.3% higher than last year. Now, keep in mind that this is the entire state of Pennsylvania. There's some really desolate areas out here, so it's very broad, of course. Depending upon where you live here and where it end up moving to. The average sale price of a home could be drastically different. For example, in Philadelphia County, the average sales price right now is $347,000, and Montgomery County, $454,000, and Bucks County, $464,000. But if you're a retiree now and you're looking to buy, say, a 55-plus community, which there's plenty of them around here, Philadelphia suburbs say it's safe to say you need at least $400,000 to $500,000. And that's higher than in areas down south. But keep in mind that these 55-plus communities have every type of amenity that you can imagine. It's like a playground for empty nesters. And for the most part, these HOA 55-plus communities cover the exterior of the home, the snow, trash, the roof, everything like that. You can just go away for a year and come back and your place will still be there. There's even some really nice new construction 55-plus communities here. Now, they're usually higher, like $500,000. They're up to $1 million. Or more. So it really depends on what you really want, what your budget is, and which area you're looking for. So this is my niche. So I can give you a tour of the various 55 communities based on your needs. If you haven't yet toured any of these, I can do it with you online before you come here. Some of the communities are absolutely amazing. Like I said, they have every amenity imaginable. I think it's like living in a luxury resort. They have pools and spas and community centers, dog parks, pickleball, tennis, basketball even, and lots of other different things. Clubhouse with different activities. Now on the other side, if you prefer not to live in a 55-plus community, say you want to live in a small single-family home, maybe a ranch home, no steps, something like that, something with land or totally removed from the community-based feel. Of course, if that's what you're looking for, Pennsylvania certainly does have a ton of those types of homes as well. And you could probably find one a lot more affordable than the brand new construction 55-plus communities with all those amenities. And as far as comparing the cost of living in Pennsylvania to, say, the national average, Pennsylvania's cost of living is 4% lower than the national average, which I thought was probably about right. However, the overall housing is 17% lower than national, and healthcare is lower, 7%. Goods and services are 1% lower, but food's about the same. Utilities are about 7% higher, which I thought was interesting. And transportation 8% higher in Pennsylvania than the national average. Now, the cost of living in Pennsylvania does vary depending on the city you live in. And the priciest city, which I was amazed to hear, is Allentown. The cost of living that's 9% higher compared to the state average and 5% higher than the rest of the United States. And you know where the cheapest place to live is? The cheapest major city is Pennsylvania's Erie. The cost of living 8% below the state average and 12% lower than the national average. Next, let's talk about some tax breaks, because that's music to my ear, especially with all these government giveaways happening out there. And you know who pays for all that? Yes, us taxpayers. So any relief is welcomed. So what are these overall savings that retirees get here in Pennsylvania that you might not have in the state that you're coming from? One is retirement income. It's completely not taxed here in Pennsylvania. That's great. And you probably have a lot of that. Also, payments from your retirement account, such as your 401k and Social Security, they're completely tax exempt as well. And the third thing, if you're 60 or older, your pension income isn't taxed either. So there are also some property tax rebates available in Pennsylvania as well. And the overall low sales tax, only 6% here. And another big savings is that a couple of major costs in Pennsylvania are completely tax exempt. Food, grocery store, everything you can buy in a grocery store, tax exempt. That's not already cooked or candy, of course, that thanks to the Hershey company being founded here in Pittsburgh, in Pennsylvania. So all candy here is completely tax exempt. Clothes are tax exempt. Medication, both over the counter and prescription, tax exempt. Pennsylvania is also one of the only state that has a flat rate income tax. So no matter how much you make, everyone is taxed at the same 3.07 tax rate. So if you're planning on being semi-retired and still have some sort of income on the side, it'd be beneficial because it's a very low flat rate tax. Now, next, healthcare and the overall hospitals here, especially in Philadelphia and the suburbs. Pennsylvania has the whole. Next, let's talk about the healthcare and the overall hospitals here in Philadelphia suburbs and in Pennsylvania. As Pennsylvania as a whole, the whole state, is the 10th best state in the entire country for healthcare. But when we break it down even further, this Philadelphia area here has some of the best hospitals in the entire country. We have the Hospital of University of Pennsylvania, Jefferson Health. I just experienced that. I have all my stuff on Jefferson. I love it. Penn Medicine, great hospital. Chester County Hospital, if you get into the suburbs, Doylestown Hospital, Mainline Health. Right here in my county, in Montgomery County, the Abington Hospital is now part of Jefferson. And there's tons more here. Now, the healthcare system here is so highly rated in Pennsylvania, so much so that 1 in 6 doctors throughout the entire country has been trained right here in Philadelphia. So if you've seen 6 doctors in your life, which I imagine all of us have at least one of those doctors, were probably trained here in Philly. So next, let's discuss one of the best reasons I think for retiring here in Pennsylvania is the weather. Any retiree I've ever helped move to the Keystone State, we're very excited to move here to experience all 4 seasons. So for example, if you're moving from the West Coast or from down south, where you really only receive 1 or 2 seasons throughout the year, you're going to be completely excited when it comes to experience all of our 4 seasons that we have here. It's almost like Mother Nature just like switches off, takes off a switch, and all of a sudden the hot and humid summer button on Labor Day happens, and all of a sudden you have this brisk and beautiful fall, and the leaves turn such beautiful colors, and they all fall down. And then we have freezing winters, but they haven't really been too bad in the last few years. Then we have, like we have now, a very warm spring season with rain, lots of rain we've had in the last few weeks. As they say, spring showers bring Mayflowers, right? I was born and raised in Pennsylvania here in Philadelphia suburbs. I've experienced the change of seasons. And as each time it changes, it feels like I can create new goals for each quarter. And it happens like clockwork. It's very predictable. And even though I'm used to the change in season, I still feel like it's incredibly beautiful and grateful every season when it changes. I'm happy to get to the next one. Now, the best phone call I can get from my retiree moving here, relocating to Pennsylvania, that I moved and helped them, how excited they are to experience a change of season their first year. They get very excited. I always see them on Facebook and taking pictures of the leaves and everything and the snow. Now, people always ask about the snow. And the United States averages a total of 28 inches of snow each year. And Pennsylvania used to beat that with an average of 38 inches of snow. But I'll say it's probably been 3 or 4 years now that we haven't had much snow at all, or even close to even say 10 inches of snow. It's been so bad. So it does change. It's cyclical. I think it's less snow here in Philadelphia than up in like the Pittsburgh area and the south of the north. It really depends of what year it is and where you are. You can have just a couple of inches in dusting. You're going to have 10 inches, and then that would be it. And so it's rare to have, like I say, multiple feet of snow at one time in the Philadelphia area. Another thing that you can look forward to when it comes to retiring here in Pennsylvania is the amazing outdoor activities that you can enjoy all year long. So many people think that because we have 4 seasons that you can't go outside maybe 6 to 9 months out of the year. And that's couldn't be farther from the truth. So living here, you get to experience a bunch of different activities all year round. Each season changes. For example, of course, in the summer, you can enjoy swimming. You want to go swimming because it gets hot. You do hiking and boating, golfing, which I love to do, etc., things like that. In the fall, you can continue doing that, but swimming, not so much. You can hike, bike, go out for a nice walk. Golfing is still great. And then it gets towards the pumpkin season. You got pumpkin patches and lots of other fall activities in the winter. Tons of activities such as snowboarding, skiing, ice skating. And if there's no snow on the ground, you can get your golf cart cover and heater and play golf. That's kind of what my husband and I do. On a winter day, we go out and play golf no matter what it is. Also, we have our heater and our cover. Or, of course, you just go out for a beautiful, crisp morning, wintertime walk. Just be bundled up, put your heated jacket on. So it depends on the season that we're going through, so the different activities that you can enjoy. It's wonderful just to have that change all the time. And lastly, another reason why people are moving and choosing to move to Pennsylvania, these retirees, specifically here to the Philadelphia suburbs, because we are centrally located depending upon where you live, you can be an hour and a half from the shore, the Jersey Shore. I love that. I can be 30 minutes downtown from where I'm at, or maybe an hour from downtown Philadelphia. I could be in New York in about 2 hours. And I love the fact about being close to the shore. I could go to the beach, go water skiing, things like that. Or I can be 2 hours to the Pocono Mountains, which are really incredibly beautiful all year round. Especially as you further you go north, the fall, when the leaves start to change, is amazing. You just check out these pictures. So by living in Philly in the suburbs, you have access to the two largest cities in the countries, Philadelphia and New York, and the beautiful mountains and beaches. And of course, so many incredible suburban towns right around. So if you're planning to move anywhere in PA to retire, I'd love to help you find a new home. And if you're not moving to my town, Philadelphia in the burbs, I'll just introduce you to an amazing real estate consultant to assist you. We can just jump on a Zoom call and I can kind of show you a little tour around my state and see what area you'd like to retire to. Diane Cardano here from the Cardano team. I'll see you on the next video.